Welcome to part 2 of our Getting to Know BYU-Idaho series. We're excited to share more about BYU-Idaho with you. This week, we're focusing on the quality of our academic programs.
BYU-Idaho offers many strong programs. Our most popular majors last year included biology, psychology, and business management. And we also offer the only degrees in the church educational system in fields like healthcare administration, physical therapy assisting, therapeutic recreation, and so much more.
We are glad that we can admit most of our applicants. One of the great miracles of BYU-Idaho is that while we admit students from a wide academic range, this place meets them where they are and helps them to go where they want to. We also have many aspirational students, including 1,600 freshmen who graduated high school with a perfect 4.0 GPA.
Our students come ready to grow and are full of talent and ability, and BYU-Idaho helps students of all abilities grow and develop into capable professionals and leaders in their careers, the church, and in their homes and communities.
With that growing and stretching comes lots of support. Our class sizes are small, and tutoring and study help are readily available, and our teachers are legendary for their focus on students.
We often hear from new students how amazed they are at the level of connection they have with their teachers. I spoke with some of our students the other day about their academic experience, and again, they mentioned their supportive and caring faculty as one of the things they most value about their BYU-Idaho experience.
But you don't just have to take our word for it. We've brought together some of our fantastic faculty and students to share a bit about what the BYU-Idaho experience is like for them. You've had a chance to both study and to teach at very prestigious universities in the country. How does your experience at those institutions compare to what you've experienced here at BYU-Idaho?
I love teaching economics to my students, and I actually teach them at the same level here as I've taught them both at Cornell and at other institutions that I had a chance to teach at before coming here. The biggest difference is the classes are smaller here. I get to know my students better. We actually do more interactive things. But my students reach the same levels of accomplishment and learning as they did at those other universities. And they do an amazing job.
Can you tell me about a memorable teaching moment that you've had here on campus?
One of the concepts that I love teaching in my econ class is pretty abstract, and it takes a minute for me to explain to the students why this simple rule is true, and then I'm able to boil it down into a simple principle. I try and tell them that when they're in the testing center, don't try and remember all the complex reasons or abstract reasoning why this is true. I want you to remember that right now you know this rule is true. Remember this when you're in the testing center. And then after you get out of the stressful situation, you can come ask me and I'll explain again why it's true. And I love it because I liken it to life. You are often in stressful situations, and there's principles of the gospel you know are true right now. But there are times that you have trials in life come, and sometimes it's hard to remember why you knew that's true. But to hold on to the fact that you know it's true, and then when the storm passes, you can remember.
Can you think of a specific example of something that one of your teachers just connected for you, just had, that was just so amazing?
Actually, this morning, one of my professors talked about how Jesus Christ is always he's holding on to us with his scarred hands. And that really hit me hard today. And then we went and talked about risk management and about how we need to take different steps to mitigate risks. And it just kind of connected with me on how Christ is always there to help us through the risks that we've taken.
Oh, I love
and that he will never let us go through a risk that we might botch completely. And he will save us from those moments.
Can you think of a time that you've seen a student really stretch to reach their full potential?
Almost every day. My classes, I think, are designed to be challenging, and you kind of get out of it what you put into it, of course, but it really is about trying to help you reach your full potential and see where God would have you go.
I'm taking I'm taking higher level classes this semester because I've taken all of my generals.
Right.
And kind of jumped in and kind of just got thrown in head first. But the professor, he was there. He made sure that I understood what we were talking about because these are principles that are all new to me.
I've always struggled with mathematics. I've enjoyed it, but struggled with it. I think that's one of the coolest things for me. is that calculus has become my favorite class.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
I came here, I actually dropped out of calculus in high school, and I had a teacher, or the teacher here, Sister Johnson, was like the third day I left calculus with a huge smile on my face. And I've just really enjoyed being able to learn. The teachers just do a wonderful job of explaining and helping me understand the material.
There are lots of students who don't realize that, man, the sky's the limit. As we talk, as they're in class, it's so obvious that the sky's the limit for them. And so it's been really interesting to kind of see them go to these amazing companies, whether it's, a Toyota or a Microsoft or an IBM or an American Airline or some other company, and do well and kill it.
Can you think of an example of a student who's been academically inclined, a high achiever that's come to BYU-Idaho and has gone on to do great things?
There's just so many. I was thinking of just a couple of students that fall into that category. One, he came here, and prior to coming here, he had actually run a division for, I think it was Visa. And he came here from another country. He basically almost had a 4.0, but he was really smart before he came here. He came here, he did really well, had tons of offers everywhere. And I said to him, as I said to this other person I'm thinking of, man, you really should go wherever you want to go. How can I help you? And we talked about places that he could go. We talked about going to, graduate school, Harvard or Yale or some other great place. And it was really interesting for him to be almost taken aback to think, you really think I can do that? And I said, absolutely, because he absolutely had the academic chops to do it.
You've studied at prestigious institutions. How did your experience there compare to what you've experienced in the classroom here at BYU-Idaho?
Yeah, so I think what a lot of students don't understand, and that I didn't understand before I went to college, is that at most schools, classes are large. And typically, the person teaching you is another student, like a graduate student. And you probably aren't really allowed to talk to your professor. On the other hand, there are schools where you have very small classes and you have access to your professors. I've been at both of those kinds of schools. So if you want access to professors in small classrooms, you pay an incredible amount of money for that opportunity. BYU-Idaho is this exceptional place where you have access to your professors. Students call me all the time and say, I want to talk to you about law school. And I meet with them all the time. They don't need to be in my class.
These aren't students that are in your class.
Not at all.
They just know that you went to law school.
They just hear from another teacher that they should talk to me. And of course, I meet with them all the time. And that's what we do at BYU-Idaho. We're so student-centered. And it's not the price tag that you would normally expect.
What have been one of your most memorable academic experiences at BYU-Idaho?
I got a really good experience with my professors, especially at the beginning. When I came here, it was really difficult for me to learn some things, and the professors knew me by name. They were able to guide me, and they were really helpful in the whole process of adjusting to the college life.
One of my professors recommended me to another professor to work for them. And it's so incredible, just the connections. When you're connected with your professors in a personal way, you get connected to other professionals in the field. And so through faculty and other employees of the university that I've been able to connect with in my classes and in my jobs here, I feel like I've been able to network and explore so many opportunities that I would never have been able to find on my own.
What kind of places do your students go to when they graduate from here?
They go anywhere and everywhere. They go to all kinds of amazing graduate schools. They go to all kinds of companies. For example, Goldman Sachs recently has made us a target school. They have a short list of target schools, but they want to come to BYU-Idaho to recruit because our students have been such standout employees at Goldman Sachs.
How have you been able to bring the experience from your professional life before you came to BYU-Idaho into the classroom to bless the lives of the students that you're teaching?
I tell my students what they're getting with me is somebody, for one, that grew up on a farm and that also excelled academically and professionally at well-known institutions. So I bring a strong work ethic and also a high standard of excellence that I not only expect of myself, but that I expect of my students. And I also promise them that I will not waste their time with things that are not going to be of high value to them when they enter the workforce. And so I know what they need to know. I know what they need to understand when it comes to running healthcare organizations, either from an intellectual standpoint or from a professional development standpoint, that they are going to see and that they are going to encounter. And I love preparing them and helping them do that, having conversation around how they individually can do that to prepare for their future.
So it's clear that you've had a profound influence on the lives of your students. How have your students influenced you?
I've learned things from my students. I felt I came here to be of service to others, to fill other people's nets. But in a very real way, when I come to class every day, my net is being filled again and again by those students with their acknowledgement that this is the Lord's university, when they pray for me that I'll teach well, when they thank the Lord for the tithe payers who've made it possible for them to be here, who makes it possible for me to be here, I go home with a full net still at the end of every day.
As you can see, our students have incredible learning opportunities here every day.
At BYU-Idaho, you'll be taught by incredible faculty who care about your academic and spiritual growth. You'll be both challenged and supported academically, and you'll be given opportunities to learn by doing.
Whether you consider yourself academically average or advanced, we've saved a spot for you here at BYU-Idaho.
We hope you'll join us for our next YouTube Live event, where we'll discuss student life at BYU-Idaho.